Today is Thursday, June 23rd, 2016, and we are interviewing Joe Lenze at his restaurant, Marie's in Wadsworth, Ohio. Mr. Lenze is a World War II veteran. My name is Brian Bowman, and I am with the office of Congressman Jim Renacci. Joe, could you state for the recording what war and branch of service you served in?
I was in the Army, and I was Third Army.
Third Army? And were you enlisted? Were you drafted?
Drafted.
Drafted? Okay.
Think I'm crazy?
So you were drafted during World War II. Was it at the beginning of the war or the end?
No, towards the end, yeah.
Towards the end?
I was very young, yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your initial basic training and your trip overseas?
Well, I got a regular basic training down in Camp Lee,
Okay.
and I learned all about what the equipment they had. I had to learn all that. Then I was shipped overseas. New York, I went to, got the Queen Elizabeth on there. I didn't even know I was on the ship. It was so big. Honest to God. So we got out and we go up to Glasgow, Scotland. That way the ships couldn't get down there in the lower part. So we got up the ship and got on these blacked out trains all the way to Southampton, France, or England. Then I went across the English Channel and Le Havre, France. Then you ever hear the 14-8s?
Yes.
I picked up the 14-8s and went all the way up to Le Louvre, Belgium, and that's where Patton's outfit was. And I picked his army up in there. And I missed the bulge. I guess it was training a lot of people to get over there, but they had that under control. So I went around it and up there, and I went in the Battle of the Rhine. Then the war was over towards the end. Yeah.
And you took part in the Battle of Rhine?
Yes, I participated in it. Yeah.
And what could you tell us about your experience at the battle?
Patton made us move. We was moving so fast, you know. I even forgot where I was at. But I'll tell you one day, I was going across the Rhine on a pontoon. And we had to move up, because every time he was going so fast, we was getting lost. So was on the pontoon going across the Rhine River. And I was extra driver. I had to help this guy. I didn't know much about the truck. So when you come off a pontoon bridge, you're like this, come off the bank, I stalled that damn thing. But everybody along the line just cussed me all the way across the damn Rhine. There's a lot of snipers. You know what I mean? A lot of snipers. So I was just a young kid. I told the driver, I was damn near crying. Those drivers, you know. We got out of there. But we had a loader and had to get behind us to push us off, help us, you know. That truck was really going. We had low range. We got to get it going, you know. But he was the driver, and he knew all about the truck. So we got going out of there. But we was moving so fast. I mean, Patton was moving. And he don't give a damn. You're going, you know. That's where he was. There's no sleep day or night. You just go, yeah. But that's what happened, yeah.
Were you a driver or?
No, I was just a regular soldier, yeah.
Yeah. And infantry?
No. I was an ordnance. Yeah.
Ordnance?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your job in the ordnance field.
Well, in ordnance, I had to know everything what the Army had. Every piece of equipment, I knew everything. I knew all about freezers and coolers, even up to a locomotive. I knew all that. I had what they call a good spec number. Because while I got in the Army, I thought it was a dumbbell, but I was a math expert. And the outfit I got, I wanted out. So I went and talked to the captain. You know, he said, come here, sit down here, man. And he said, you know, you did pretty good in your scores, you know, because I had a high IQ. I didn't know it. And you look around you, there's college-educated guys. I didn't know that. So he talked me into staying. But that spec number, you could advance pretty good is what it was. But I thought it was a dummy. But I was real high in my math. I always was, yeah.
So, can you tell us a little bit about your experience in Germany and how long you were there?
I was there, well, I was 8 months over there. Let's put it that way. I was 8 months over there. Then I was with Patton, and I wound up in a little town named Zimbabwe, Germany. Yeah, that's when the war was over. Then they shipped me down to France. Down below, we was going to go to Japan, I guess, you know. Then they dropped the bomb, which everybody thought was nice. Yeah, me too. So they shipped me back up to the North Sea, Bremerhaven. That's where I was, yeah. And that's where from there I went home, yeah.
And how long were you in France?
France? No, not very long because, say, I went across Harbor, France, 14/8 all the way up into Belgium. I wasn't in France too long.
Okay.
I was in Belgium, and I picked up Patton there. Yeah. That's his third army he was running to there, yeah.
Did you get an opportunity to meet Patton, or
No.
were you just?
The guys, he was in front of me there, but I could tell you stories.
Yeah, this is the opportunity to tell the stories that yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. The guys would tell me, they come back and tell me. He asked where he's going. I'm going to. He said, I'm going to Berlin. I'm going to get that paper and son of a bitch. I'm going to shoot him. Here's another thing I told you. He said, when I get up in line, I'm going to piss in his river, and he did. He did. He pissed in the river. He wasn't scared of nothing. He was just moving, don't stop. Yeah. But we were just moving so damn much. I mean, he got lost, I got lost one part. I had to move and get something, and there was pains to move 20 miles already.
Wow.
If you get 20 miles of the tank off it, you're moving, But, the Germans, they thought he was evil. Yeah, they were scared of him. Yeah.
I'm going to change a little bit. We're actually here in your restaurant.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what the food was like while you were in World War II?
The best, when I had basic training, was the best food I ever had. From then on, I didn't have nothing good. No. Good was no good from then on. Basic training was the best.
And that was feeding you back over here, and that was the food back over here in the States?
Oh, God, yeah.
Were there cooks that traveled with you, or was it containerized food?
Well, we had a cook in there. We had our own cooks in there, yeah. But them guys, they were trained in the army. They weren't real good cooks.
Okay.
I fed a lot of them Germans, they were starving. And after the war, we'd eat outside, when you go dump your garbage, you have three, you dip them, 20 adults, Germans lined up, eating my scraps and saying, Danke, thank you.
Oh.
I felt sorry for them in a way I didn't. We lost a lot of guys over there. And I filled a couple of German kids. I was on a Sunday and make pancakes. Sergeant said, well, you like pancakes, don't you, Joe? I'm hungry. I took them little kids over and bombed that railroad station. I fed two little kids. Yeah. Help them out a little bit. I felt sorry for them,
Yeah.
But they were starving, that people. They had them nutrition sores on, But it was bad. But what are you going to do? We used to throw grenades in the river, and it killed the fish. Boom! And the fish come up. Concussion. They go out and get the fish. Yeah. Stuff like that. But they did my washing and everything, and I never took advantage of anybody. The girls and everything, I never took advantage of. I paid them to do my washing and to give them the stuff and everything, but I couldn't. Some guys want sex for that, and I didn't believe in that. I couldn't. You know what I mean? These people were starving,
And so you had the opportunity to help out some of the kids. And,
oh, yeah.
Different people. In the
I felt sorry for them, what they were going to do,
And
because they had nothing.
How long were you in that area?
Germany, well, most of the time was in Germany, yeah.
So.
I got to go up in Eagle's Nest. That's Hitler's home up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I picked up we got a weapons carrier. We went up there in the mountains there. That was a Birch's Garden. And way up there, we parked it, but they had an elevator and it goes up, They said it was gold, no, it wasn't gold, but it was broke. So we had a zigzag up, And I got in there and then walked around and sat in his chair. And the guy took my picture on the damn wall up there. The guy, he was a camera, but we didn't care, And he went home and he sent me pictures through the mail. And the best thing ever happened, the guy took pictures as we went, But a lot of guys don't do that, but I was glad, Like, you see my picture, damn.
You still have those photographs?
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. They took pictures. I was in Paris. We went to the museum over there. I had my combat boots and everything on, but that was after the war. We got to travel, but I never went up in the Eiffel Tower. I just brought my cigarettes along and sold them. See, my buddy didn't smoke. I give him my candy. He gave me his cigarettes. And so I go ahead for Paris. As soon as I got off that train, they come up, hey, stick it at the Coopy and the Coopy, how much, And I would tell them, and they said, okay, go around, and they try to juke you down, or try to cut you down. You know. No, but they paid it, you know. They like the bargain, you know.
So now you sold cigarettes and different items. Did you trade items to bring souvenirs home?
No, I had a German bayonet. It was all chrome silver. I lost it. Everything got lost in my house. You know, and I bought some Dutch shoes, and all, wooden shoes, stuff like that. Yeah, stuff like that.
And,
I'll tell you an incident one time after the war. This was in Zimbabwe, and they had to turn all their weapons in. And so then we get rid of them and run over them, you know, and burn them. And so here comes a guy with a shotgun, and I don't think I want to shoot me. He comes next to me. I knew where to pull the trigger on him, and I held back, and he says, "Here." They had to turn. It was a shotgun, and he gave it to me. Oh boy, oh God, I thought he was going to shoot me. So, and I sold that in with a damn nice shotgun. Yeah. But he was an officer too. Yeah. You know, if you had a Luger on you, and they know it, the German, you're dead right there. You cannot ever. You're dead. That's right. But they were them SS were mean. I'm telling you. The regular soldier, he had enough. I could see it, you know. And I was talking to one of them after the war, and he says, "Your industrial might beat us," which is real. But they had better equipment. They were better trained. They had better everything. See, because they had what they call a buzzsaw. That was a fast machine gun, zipper gun, and they had that Panzer, that tank. Our Shermans was no match for the Panzer. Our shells of 25, 75s on there was bouncing off that Panzer. Actually, we couldn't hit them unless you got him on their side, but he knew better. He wouldn't turn around and get you, you know. So that's what happened there. And then they had that Panzerfaust. You ever see that rocket they carry? They fired that, that'll knock that Sherman out. Yeah. Oh. One guy was telling me he fired him and it didn't go off. One guy. Another guy said the Panzer fired a 88 at him, and it glanced off the turret. It just barely didn't explode. If that had exploded, that 88 would have tore their pieces. Yeah, they had that same aircraft on there. Yeah, and that Panzer, I'm telling you, that was thick. We couldn't penetrate it. That's what happened in the Bulge. He had his SS top troops, SS, on them Tigers, and them heavy Tigers. But that was bad. Then Patton broke that up there. But if they'd have turned that loose, man, they'd have made their way if it wasn't for Patton getting up there. But he pushed the guys, but we got up there.
Can you tell me what the Tigers are?
Tigers? That's a German tank. They run around up the highest about 70 tons, and they carried an 88 on there. That's an anti-aircraft shell. We couldn't compare with that. See, our 75 is nothing. But we couldn't knock them out until we got the 76s on there, I think. And armor piercing, we knocked a few of them out. But the only way you can knock that, you get them on the side or in the back here. You hear them coming, boy. They're diesel. Yeah. But no, that was deadly. That was something bad. And they really had their tanks. They had what they call a Panzer Jack. That was a tank destroyer. That was a big one. Had a bigger shell that could fire way out past our tanks. See, we couldn't get enough close because they could fire further. Stuff like that. We was getting better as we was going, you know. But that's what happened, yeah.
So were you in several battles against?
No, just the one.
Just
right,
the one?
Yeah.
And that's the only time?
I wasn't a frontline infantryman, no.
Yeah.
No, I was right behind them, yeah.
And
with a lot of snipers. We could get snipers, get strafed or snipers hitting you, yeah.
Did you guys go through any of the cities or towns?
Yeah, I went through a bunch of bricks. I'm still got to go through the city. It was gone. The B-17s, they just destroyed it. Oh, yeah, hit a town. Well, we hit a town, and the people had to get the hell out of their houses. So they warned them ahead of time. I think they let them put stuff in one room, and then nobody touched that. We stayed in the houses, you know. We ain't going to be out in the snow. I mean, you're out, you know. Which was true. I mean, what the hell are you going to do?
Where did the people go during, do you know where they went during the times when we were bombing?
Well, the German? Yeah. I don't know. Where they went, I don't know. Yeah. Where are they going to go? Yeah. They might head for the country and all, but there's a lot of civilians that got killed. Well, there's 60 million dead. People don't know, like the Germans, when we bombed some of them towns, we torched one town and we killed about 80,000 or 40,000. When I mean by torch, incinerate it. And you get inside that hot, but you're dead. And I think it's at 40,000. Hitler says nobody gonna bomb. We showed them. 40,000.
Wow. And when you went into the city, there was pretty much nothing left. It was just bricks.
Only like out in the country in Iran, this little town Zimbabwe, that was pretty well intact. I think that was on the other side of the bridge was Austria, and I think that was Hitler was born. I'm not sure, but that was all burned up, bombed out, and twisted. You know, there was a dead body up there. They just left him out there. We could see him every day, swelled up. You know, nobody paid attention.
Huh.
Bodies, dead people ever nothing. The closest I ever got killed was after the war. And some little kid was playing, was a building, a square, and he was playing over here, and I just walked right there, and wham, there she went. My mind went off. I went around, I got up off the ground. That little kid was split in half, and he was still living. And you know, like he was called for his mama. That broke my heart. His leg was over there, he was split in the back. How he was living, I don't know. He died right away. But that was after the war. There's mines all over the place. You got to watch yourself, you know. There wasn't a lot of fraternize with them, you know. Nighttime coming, forget it. No, the woman was told to go out in the country because we was going to rape them. All that was a bunch of bullshit, you know. Yeah. Then they found out we're like, and they loved us. They really liked us, yeah. Because they was told about, you know, we're going to rape them and everything else, yeah. Now the Russians, the Germans, they was coming across the ice and everything, come to our side. They didn't want to be captured by the Russians. They're dead, you might as well say. But of course you can't blame the Russians. Look what they did to Russia, you know. So they come into Berlin. I think they raped over 100,000 of them. I think 10,000 of them got pregnant, and so many of them committed suicide. The Germans, yeah, it's true. Then they tell me, in Germany, if you went, the SS in there, if you wouldn't fight for your country, they'd hang you. You was a regular soldier, they'd hang you. The SS, he was Hitler's children, you know, God, they were mean. They had to separate them, like, you know what I mean? But the regular German soldier, he had enough, I know. But too late then.
So they were pretty much willing to give up and...
Oh, yeah, they had it, yeah. Well, we had the prisoners over there, they lived like kings here, do you know that? When I was taking my training, we, you know, our camps, we deliver bread. They got, we got. Whatever was delivered, they got, we got. They had their own playground. They had it made.
Oh, wow.
A lot of them didn't want to leave. I remember when I was going to board the ship, I was coming home on a Liberty. They covered the holes up with canvas and everything. So get the guys home and made bunks down there. Well, we started getting on the ship, and here comes our prisoners from over there coming here, all nice and plump. I said, hey, Casey, look at that guy. The biggest thing I got when I was on Elizabeth, I seen a couple guys walking the deck. They were officers, had shorts on. I said, hey, Casey, look at the sissy. Look at the sissy. Shorts. We thought there was something. We never seen, you know, we thought shorts was a sissy. You learn a lot. Their way of living and everything, you know. I learned a lot. Then I got to go downtown when they hit the Louisville belt for the first time, and went down the corner, and I says, hey, Casey, that guy's pissing in the middle of the street. Down there on the corners, they got blocked, you know, you can see their head and feet, but he piss there, you know. That's what they do. And people think nothing of it. I was walking down the street, and there was a pole there, and some guy had a German had a pee at the pole and running across there, and people stepping over it. Think nothing of it. The things, you know, they're different kind of life, you know. But that's funny. I just glad to get there. I went home, yeah.
Was Casey your battle buddy?
Huh?
Was Casey,
Yeah, he's in Indiana. I don't know if he's still living now.
Okay.
Yeah, I say, hey, Casey, look at that Casey, look at the sissy.
Did you keep in touch with any of the
They're all
service
gone,
members
yeah.
when you first got back?
They was all about my age. A little older, too, some of them. We was just kids, you know, and I had a guy in my office, he was 40. Hey, Pops. Yeah.
Wow. Can you tell me about the day your service ended? What you remember about either coming back or?
I was in 1946. I come back and on a Liberty, and I landed in Boston, Massachusetts. I think it was Captain Miles Standish. And I went down to Aberdeen, Maryland. Port of, yeah, that's where these, Port of Embarkation, I think. Then I was discharged from there, yeah. I was kind of an acting sergeant down there, but he couldn't give me the stripes. Some reason too many guys re-enlisting with them stripes. So that's what happened. But I knew it. We helped train troops, yeah. I held all the supplies and everything. I knew everything the Army had, you know.
How long were you there?
Oh, not very long, because I got discharged, you know. What happened, I got a furlough home from over there. And had 4 or 5 days to get to Antwerp, I think, to pick up a ship there for a furlough, and I was going to come back. I was going to stay another year, just look at a place over and get to sign up. So I got into Liberty. They covered them up with, but Liberty's a small ship. The biggest thing was this. I was constipated. And I went to the medic, and, hey, I'm constipated. Give me a couple pills. Okay, take this. Okay. Come on, we hit a storm. And we was down there at that hole, and bam, that is, it was going like this. I'm going, let you way over. And right over the loudspeaker says, Captain, don't worry about it. He's got to get into the storm and do this. Well, that pill was working. You know what the toilet was? You know, up in front? Right up in front here. It had bars to hold on, and we were dipping 20, 30 feet. Hold on, you had to go to the bathroom.
Oh, wow.
I never got seasick, though. Never did.
Impressive.
Yeah. But we was on the 48s. A lot of guys don't know the 48s.
Yeah.
A lot of World War II guys don't know that. But when you see that locomotive in a parade, that's 48s. My old buddy, he comes in. He was at the 7th Army. He knows the 48s. I wish he was here. He got stories, too. He got hit in the butt. He was a lieutenant.
Now, did you serve with him, or did you meet up with
No,
him
he was
afterwards?
the 7th Army. No, I met him in here, yeah.
Okay.
I was in third. Well, I think we relieved the 7th Army. He was caught in the bulge. He said, I was never so cold in all my life. A lot of guys frozen there, yeah. They never get a Purple Heart for frozen feet or anything. I didn't know that. They never got no Purple Heart, yeah. He still remembers that. He said, boy, I froze. He got hit in the butt with some shrapnel, yeah. That's the main thing is shrapnel. That stuff's hot when it hits you, melt you, you know. But the thing you worry about is shrapnel. First rifle, it's mostly shrapnel, yeah. Unless you was face to face with a guy, you know. But you know, that M1 we had, that won that war in the Bulge. I trained with the old 03. That's a bolt action. Well, when I got overseas, they gave me the M1. But I know about an M1, you know. I had to learn all over again. But from then on, all the balls they all had. But that was an 8-clip. You could fire one after the other, you know, not this anymore. And they tell me that's what won that war in that there balls. It took 600,000 troops to close that. That's the way they trained everybody. They was taking the Air Force and sending them over there. Yeah. There's another thing I found out too. If you was on a B-17, whatever you have, gun or anything, you was safer on the frontline infantrymen on the ground. Yeah. You were safer in the frontline infantry on the ground. They lost over 200,000 airmen. Wow. It was hard to believe, yeah. They go over in squadrons, you know, and you hear them coming back, some what comes back and blah, 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 beat up. The B-17 was a good bomber, but all that armor in there was wasted. It didn't need it because the Luftwaffe was just tearing them apart. We had no escorts. And they go so far, then they had to turn back, and the B-17s, well, here's the Luftwaffe waiting on them, turkey shoot. Well, they was getting in between and everything, so we bunched ours up around there, but it still didn't do no good. I usually go after the tail gunner. Could get him out of the road, and they was behind him, and you go up that way. See, no, them fighters they had, it was a turkey shoot. Until we got the P-51s, we escorted them over, stayed there. We dominated the skies, yeah. But a lot of things we did wrong, you know. We had the worst tank. That tank was no match for that Panzer. that pan, you hear it come, you got the hell out of there, you know. You got to catch him on the side or something. He'll catch you forward, like, see, but he can be further away and catch you. You can't catch him because his shell can travel. Yeah. This guy comes in there. He was a lieutenant, and he was up front with a radio man. He was calling back where to drop the shell. It was on target, you know, so. Well, the Spaniard guy said, Joe, he threw a shell at me. SS, I mean, 88. Joe, that thing right by me, whoa! I thought I was dead. And they usually say that for a tank. You know, they shot another one, they had to get him out. They shot another one, and they missed. And them guys are good. I run like, and I dumped in a hole there, and I got away from it. They had to get him out, he was ready on back where the shells were going, see? So, 2 shells for one guy, that's something, you know.
Yep.
Oh.
When you returned, you returned, and did you start Marie's right afterwards?
Oh, no,
or was
no,
it-
no. When I got discharged, I went home, and I started Marines in 1970.
Okay.
Just me and my wife. I wanted to get ahead. I worked at Firestone, too. I was drafted from Firestone. They sent me a fruitcake over it. I didn't like it, I gave it away. They treated me good. I come back and asked me if I liked to work, you know.
Yeah.
So then I wound up in a cement gang. I did everything concrete, brick, block, was me. But I liked my job there, and there was 25,000 of us there. But then I retired, and they had 30 and out at any age. Well, I had 37 years. I was only 54 because I started when I was 17, and I was drafted from Firestone. So I took that, then I waited a while, then I started up down here. But I worked both places for 10 years. But I was determined to get ahead. That's the guys, yeah, I'm going to get ahead. At $2,000. I bootlegged everything myself. Had enough for 2 months rent, just me and my wife, and I bootlegged everything and got an old refrigerator and warmed up a little bit and made a dough retard out of it. And when I was getting it ready, the guy says, Joe, you know we used to be in there? I thought it was a jinx. There was a card shop, a pet shop, a church in that building where I was going. I was oh, this is me. And I opened up on a Sunday night, and I took in $100. They didn't even advertise it. And that was something. Boy, I went home with the biggest smile on my face. And I was the only pizza shop. One guy had them all, delivered everything. I was the only pizza shop, he said, took off like hell and kept going. It was just a shot in me, and I hit it. Yeah. I grew that building in 2 years. Then I built the one across the street. But I built all my own buildings, though.
And so this is your third location?
No, well, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I built more. Yeah, I built the one across the street down there, and I built this. I'm my own contractor. So.
Wow. And how has your service affected your career in owning the restaurant?
How did it affect my service? Well, that was after I was out. So I got out in 46. And then I didn't start till 1970. Well, I went back to Firestone.
Yeah.
There was 25,000 there. Then I started this in 1970, yeah. But I worked both places for 10 years. Then when I got that 30 and out, boy, that was a charm, you know. You got a pension and everything, and hospitalization and everything, and I worked at the pizza shop. But I took a chance, and nobody wanted to do it. Everybody here, Italian guys, oh, I knew you were doing good. Yeah, why didn't you do it? See, I took the chance, but it paid off. I was always at 2 jobs, always did. I just kept going, that's it.
And were you part of any veterans organizations, or are you currently part of any?
When I came home, I joined the Veterans of Foreign Wars one time. I don't drink. Okay. And then all they had was a bar. Well, what good's that going to do me, see?
Yeah. So,
But I didn't brought in the American Legion. They wanted me back on for deaths in firing squad. You know why I don't like that? Because when they go bang, bang, they're never right on the money.
yeah.
You know, me, if I get on with a train, see, but, okay, then you have that firing squad, it was embarrassing. Usually you got to bang, bang all at once, see. So I said, I don't want it now. But they asked me to do different things. But when the war's over, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
I come home to my neighborhood, and only one guy didn't come back to my neighborhood. But my classmates, Out of 108, there's 3 of us died. Yeah, yeah, we're good people. That's one of the best guys I ever knew. Just a young guy. When young, got killed. They named the veterans down there. Bob Appleton's post down there in the falls. Yeah, it's still there, I think. Yeah, he was in my class. Yeah, well, I don't know. It seemed yesterday. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And once I still got a picture. I'm trying to find it. Maybe I was going to look for me sitting on the Eagles' nest on the terrace out there. I got that picture. I got a picture of me when I was joining the Army. They didn't believe it was me. Get a big one. You ever see it? No, I'll go get it for you. I want to show it to you.
Okay.
Get ready. Yeah.
Yep. And do you attend any reunions or
Nah.
any groups?
Yeah.
And then
I got out of the Army. I don't hear no more of it.
and there's another World War II veteran that comes in here as well.
Oh,
You
yeah.
sit there and talk about-
Oh, yeah. There's another guy, Stan the Man. Did you ever hear Stan the Man?
No.
He's 98 years old. And he got hit in the back. Well, he was a friend of, well, he wasn't a friend, but he was maneuvering with Patton. We had 12 of Patton's tanks. And Patton got mad. He came over, "What'd you do with my tank? Give me my tanks." Joey, I thought the guy was going to shoot me. He thought Patton was going to shoot him. So then he went out in the Pacific. He got shot in the back. It climbed up his back, got in his throat, and he swallowed it. Today, 98 years old. Hey, Joe. They put him, he thought he was going to die. He was in the hospital a year. He thought he was going to be crippled. Perfect. Come in there.
Wow.
You probably never heard him, Stan the Man. Yeah.
Awesome.
We get together now and then, and we go to the veterans, and he wants me to talk to him, come up to seniors, see him up there. He comes in there, we got talking. The boy, 98 years old, and he got banged. He got hit 3 times. He was a first Louis, yeah. Some of you guys are lucky. Yeah.
Is there anything you would like to add that we have not covered in this interview?
Yeah. Where I was and everything. I guess not.
Huh?
I still heard a little bit. Then they live different than us. You know, Hitler's beautiful apartments he got. You know, the water tank was in the bathroom. You feel little charcoal briquettes, and that's how you heat the water. They're modern apartments. We wasn't allowed to drink the water. We had big Lister bags outside. They said, "Don't drink the water. It was contaminated." So we had the Lister. We took the water out of there. Then I worked there a little bit, and I got a furlough home. I was lucky. Yeah, they give me so many days to get to, I think, Antwerp, and I bummed the ride with an American troop convoy. I bummed the ride with a British troop train. But you know, they treat me. An English soldier was a good soldier. But when they had a snack, you know what their snack was? Bread and jelly. You know, what the hell's happened? I used to thank them for it, you know. But they didn't have what we have, you know. And we had to eat our food. Whew. Queen Elizabeth, the English cannot cook. They boil everything, you know. But the English soldiers treated me nice, and they were good soldiers. I mean, they had a good general, too. Well, him and Patton never hit it off. But General Montgomery, he was a good soldier. He was good, but Patton didn't want nobody to show him up. He was funny, you know. He's going to be all the glory, and he's going, and he don't care what. We move, we move. When you move 20 miles with a tank, you're moving, you know. But he just, I had one guy who was in Akron, he drove a cargo plane, and he'd have that 55-gallon tanks of gas. Well, you get up in front here, an empty spot, he'd drop down there and load the tanks up. As soon as you get that tank, just get and go like hell. Pat says, "Don't stop, just keep going. You can't let them stop, so you got to regroup." So that's what he kept going like hell until we ran out of gas so far. That's when they moved up there. But no, Patton broke that up in there. Then it was him that opened that there, got a hold of that there Belgian balls. A lot of guys. We lost a good 20,000 troops in there, but a lot of guys went in that, and I'm telling you, that was the worst. The worst in Europe. Yeah. Yeah, but the life over there was funny. You know. You see a dead guy up in the bridge, think nothing of it. But when I got home, I kissed the ground.
Yeah.
Like we drank all the milk we wanted, you know, because there's no milk over there. And when they give us a steak dinner, they keep the steak out with the milk, you know. It was all powdered stuff. But like I say, I never had good food. Yeah. And I got in the States, and then I helped with the sergeant, staff sergeant. I took care of the battalion mess. I give them their whites. We play games. Give me good whites. Come eat with us early chow, Joe. Had good stuff. I give them the nice whites. Come on over for early chow. I'll tell you the best. I was orderly for kitchen service for the Wopsers. Man, they ate like kings. So every day, any volunteers? Oh, what they ate compared to us. We had cream puffs, everything was nice. But the best part of it was, when I got in my outfit, there was 9 replacements. I was one of them. They kept me, was a veterinarian from Nebraska. They go, Mr. Would you like to be my orderly? First thing is, young kid, orderly, I give you the orderly, you know what I mean? I kicked myself in the pants because I want to go work and go in action. So I could have had a Jeep, could have took them every hit a time, find a place to stay, shiny shoes, no KP, no nothing. That haunts me today because I didn't know. I'm a kid, I know you're better, you know. So I'll never forget it, but he picked on me. Yeah, he's a good, he was a veterinarian from Nebraska, yeah. But me picking on me, I had 9 guys, and then he had a bunch of guys. They was all from Tennessee. I guess he got tired of them, I don't know. But I never think he come to me to ask me to be an orderly. Well, I know that now, look out. But, you know, when you're young, I don't know, slave as a guy, you know. You didn't know no better. You learned a lot, you know. So, but even when I got out, he says, you want to join the reserves? No, thank you. You get stripes back? No, thank you. I was supposed to be a pilot when I went in there, and I belonged to Civil Air Patrol, and I learned all that. And I showed it to them when I went there. But then the Army, Navy, everybody had their own air forces. So we're all full, Mr. Lenze, you got to go general service. But I'm a little guy, and I'm standing there, and he looked at me, you know something? You make a good paratrooper. I was going, no, thank you. No, I don't want no. Yeah, I'm a little guy, you know. So I went in. What I had, I did good because I didn't know I had a good scoring in there. I really didn't know that. I know in high school I was the best in math. I was really good. Even when I went to Firestone, they asked me about that. Everybody has trouble, everything, but you don't. Math is the biggest for everybody. But math, like algebra, that was easy for me. But I didn't know that either, but I got in the outfit. Yeah, you got good ratings and everything. You could for promotion because we was a little up above it. I know guys around me were college guys. So I tried to get out of there. But the captain talked to me, and he talked me into it. It's okay. But, you know, I was glad to stay there because I had a good spec number, yeah. But then that was that. But I did my job and come home, and I didn't want to join none. I just went home, and I want to forget about it. But, you know, then everybody come home, and my buddies were in the Pacific. I was out in the Pacific. Where was you? I was out in Germany. We forgot about it. Who's you with? We never talked about it. You know what I mean? Just forgot it. But I come from an Italian neighborhood, and there's 4 and 5. They have little stars if you're in the service. 5, 6, 7. Big families. Only one guy never came back. Was lucky. And there's Marines and everything there, you know. But then I'll never forget my class. I lost 3 of them. And my class was 108. But I'll never forget those guys. They were nice guys, you know. But I was just lucky, you know. A couple of close calls. I was scared all the time. I never went, when I went across the English Channel, we didn't have no bunks. It didn't take long to get across. We was sitting out waiting. Where a big explosion, boom. We got torpedo. We got, first thing, I'm scared. I'm dead. Here they was throwing depth charges. I mean, every time you throw, I'm killed, you know, like that. But when I was coming on that ship went down, I thought I was done, you know. Then it was locked in there for 3 days. There was water on the floor, and they assured everything was all right. But 3 days we got to go out on deck, and you peek over the side. You can see that 18-foot propeller coming out of the ground. You know, they're dipping up and down. We were still doing that there. But that was one of the worst storms in 1946. The 3 of our ships, one guy lost his rudder or something. And I remember we was in that storm. I heard him going tapping the sides, see if it's crack or anything. But what's going on? But we was locked in there. I had my vest on, and I turned our light on, in case you got thrown in the ocean. So I'm waiting back at the door there and ready to jump out. But everybody had to put their vests on, and you had the red light you turn on. They'll get in the water, they can pick us up. But that's the biggest scare I got to go. When that thing was going this way, we was like this. And guys falling all over the place, a couple broken arms. But that damn thing started working on me. I'll never forget that. And I tell people to laugh like hell, but I was never seasick. The storms I was in, it never bothered me a bit. You gotta see us trying to eat on there. The floor was slippery, and we go eat. And I was already then. I'd sit down in the bunk and watch him. And the guy get a tray and he's walking. He'd lose his balance. We used to laugh like hell. It was a lot of fun times too. But we was coming home and it was all having a good time. But I could never figure out I was watching the show down there, had a projector on, and I'd look at the camera, and the camera come off the table. And boom, that's when we get, but why'd that come off? Just the way it was, though. Then here we go. I'm telling you, that was it. You go, oh God. There's 200-300 down there. We were locked in. And then right over with the loudspeaker, he said, don't argue, you got to get into the storm. See, that turn into it somehow. But boy, that was a scare coming home. I thought all the time, that's it. I'm going to get thrown in the ocean or something. But I was at the door where you get out, but me and a couple like that, ready. But they're a good bunch of guys. Yeah. My buddy, he come home and he went down there he was the MP down there in Aberdeen, Maryland. And I went down there in training troops. I was like a splice sergeant because they knew everything on that, But I had what they call a good spec number. That was pretty good. Pretty good score. I never knew it, shit. But I knew everything the Army had and everything and all about. Equip everything up to a locomotive. Even the whites for the cooks. I learned all that, and I learned it fast, But they heard it rush us over because that ball, they put everybody in there. You got the Air Force over there. That took 600,000 troops to close that gap up. And I got worried, but that was before me. And it's good, it'd be a good damn thing because they was trying to get everybody over there, but that was gone under control. And we went around. I was Brussels, I went on around the Bulge area, then went across the Rhine. And I was on that pontoon. I'll never forget that. I'm a kid. And that pontoon was all the way across the river. And I stalls that. Everybody cussed me out. I started crying. I told me, hey, drivers. I was just a kid, But he was the driver. And he could get that in low range, and we had to get a push from the truck behind you because it was loaded, But snipers are all over the place. I mean, you're out in the open there, see? And nobody wanted to get sniped at. But they had snipers all over. I watched every move I made, every place I walked. Everything was mined. That poor little kid after the war, that broke my heart. Because that just about got me. I just got around there, bam! That's what happened. And I'll never forget that. That little kid in his face, and his face is crying. In his body, his leg was over. I mean, he was not left. He was still living. And all I could hear him say was his mama in German, And he died. But then I got to thinking, as you asked for it. You feel sorry, but you asked for it. They believed in Hitler. See, he really had them blown. But after a while, that German soldier, he had enough. He told me, I had enough. Well, they learn better now. Yeah. But Hitler was crazy. He was worshipped, too. Even the Americans gave him good rating in English. They said, oh, wonderful guy. You found out different. Old Churchill knew different. I got to give him credit, old Churchill. He was a good guy over there. He knows what he was doing. Yeah. But then, Eisenhower was the supreme commander. He never had a combat unit. But he was what they call a strategist. You don't have to be. He was good there, see, and that's what it was. But we lost a lot of people because the weather was bad. Well, I'll tell you about Patton. He was a very religious guy. So right before the Battle of the Bulge area, he told the chaplain, I want you to write me a prayer. He read the Bible all the time. He was very religious. And give it to me. And he made him out that day, and had them redone, all the guys. Because the clouds were, they couldn't get the planes in to get them Tigers out of there. Next day, the sky over here come the bombers, knocking them Tigers off left and right. That's what happened, we didn't know. But boy, without that open air, man, we'd have took a beating, yeah. That saved our necks. Because a lot of guys were, 7 times, they was wrapped up there and they were surrounded. Till Patton got up there, and then he got them planes over there. But nobody could whip her. He did. He had to go 100 miles. The guys were tired. But he did it. He won the glory too, I guess. I don't know. But he wasn't scared of nothing. He wasn't scared of nothing. But he was the richest guy in West Point. Yeah, he was very rich, yeah. But he didn't have a rough voice. You see that picture? Boy, he had a voice like a woman. He had a high voice, yeah. That was Patton. He was tall. But his voice, yeah, they asked him. My guy come back and told me they asked him where he was going. I'm going up there and get all that paper, and son of a bitch, I'm going to shoot him. That's the way he talked. He used a lot of profanity. He was a good religious guy, though, yeah. But when he said, I'm going to business, I took the gate, and he did. He had a history of it. Somebody told me in Germany, they had pictures of the German generals, or who was famous generals. Patton was in there. Yeah, German general Patton was there, and the Germans, yeah. They thought he was a great warrior. They were scared of him. He was evil. Yeah. It was hard to believe, but you know, he pushed the hell out of some men, but he did the job. But I mean, a lot of guys, they just wore him out. Yeah. But he did things he shouldn't have did. You know. Somebody told me it's going over a bridge, and they held up. They're scared to take the tank over there. They collapse in. He comes up there and gets in, goes over there. Yeah. That's what they told me. Yeah. He wasn't scared of nothing. Yeah. Yeah, he's a great guy, but all I can say, I was with one of the greatest, you know. I did my job and I come home. I didn't complain. I went back to fire. I didn't even get 13 weeks unemployment, you know. I didn't even take it. I went back to Firestone. Like a total loafing. I was never on that welfare unemployment. I was never. What the hell for, you know? Because I always worked that in 2 jobs, you know. I worked at Firestone and moonlight on the side with concrete. Then decide I'm going into here, you know, but I always had 2 jobs. That's how I get ahead. I was poor when I was young. And so I'm not going to be that poor no more, and I'm going to get ahead. I'm going to take a chance, and I did. And I took a chance. Nobody wanted to do it. The guy in Wadsworth here, he went to West Akron to get a good pizza. That was my sister. He's Joanne. He's, why don't you put a good pizza shop in Wadsworth? We don't have no good pizza shop. She says, I don't want to be bothered with it. It's too much work. Well, I was there, and I heard it. And so me and Marie, that's going to pizza, but you know what she says? Joe, I don't want it. It's a headache. I'll divorce you. So, you know what I said? I'll tell you what. Let's call it Marie's. Honest to God, didn't get a peep out of her. I did it. I'm telling you the truth. They'll tell you that. But she liked it. She died 16 years ago. But yeah, I got all my kids. I got 10 of my kids here. Yeah. In fact, I got 30 great-grandchildren, 3 great-greats. And I love them all, and they all live around me. And I still cook them pancakes and everything on Sundays or Saturdays, 15, 16 at a time. But they like Grandpa. I'm the great. So, well, I like them. They're all around me. And they come in and run around here, so all my greats. And I like it. Marie's gone. They keep me. I got a big house. And they keep me happy. They do all that, then they go in my other living room and they do their cheerleading. They're all cheerleaders. I was in there. But they was taking me. I knew there was cameraing me, but we'd go through the rig and, what are you doing? Yeah. But I was going along with them, and they got the biggest kick out of it.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm still in good shape. I guess I'm 90 years old.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely
I just keep going. That's what my doctor says. He says, keep going, Joe. You're moving, keeps you alive. Yeah. My doctor died too. He was 10 years younger than me, and I was 10 years old. Yeah, and so I said, "You going to retire, Dr. Burns?" Yeah, you know, Joe, I can't retire. I'm going to die right here. Okay, I'll bury you. What about you? I want to retire. So I buried him. Yeah, yeah. I was 10 years older and we was talking. You got rid? No. So he died. I buried him. I went through a lot of guys, you know, everybody knows gone. I have nobodies. My whole neighbor, all the Italians are all gone. And I have nobody. And I don't know if the one guy's still living in Indiana or not. I remember he went to Broad Ripple School in Indiana. I think better look up see if he's still living. He's probably dead. He's Casey. Yeah.
Definitely look him up.
And my mother died when they come home, and I'll never forget that. And I got a furlough home temporarily, the Red Cross, and she was dying, so I called her back for an extension. At first sergeant, hey, you're all where you want. I don't give a damn. Give me the captain. Hey, Joe, what do you want? I'll take care of it. Forget it. I get home that very money, come back, and he calls me up. Come on, Joe, I want to discharge. You got your time in. I want to let you go. All right. So I went back, and I discharged, went home. I was planning on taking care of my mother. She worked housework and everything, you know. And we was poor. We didn't have much money, but Dad was drunk. So we was all chipped in. I'll never forget that. I wanted to take care of my mom, but she died 56 years old, yeah. She didn't want no man doctor looking at us, one old Italian woman, you know. I'll tell you what people don't know. No Italian, no matter where you go, eats bread with spaghetti. Nobody. People didn't know that, see. They didn't believe me. Oh, yeah, we thought it was awful. No, I like it. And you ate your salad after with bread. That's how that works. Oh, I'll tell you about the time I was over there. The captain's joke, can you speak Italian? I got 20 slave laborers, you know, and we got to find where they had to get them out of here, you know. So I said, well, if they go talk slow, you know, and I'll try to make out where they're from. So I got 20 of them in there. We go see what you do. Okay, I went in and shut the door. 20 Italians hit me all at once. Fast as they go, you know. I didn't know too much Italian, but away from my mother. I walked up to the captain, got to get somebody else. He got laughing. You had to get them because a lot of displaced people, and you get them out of there. But all 20 come over and ask them questions, and they talk real fast. Yeah, and I'm not used to that. But when I come and laugh like everybody's laughing at me. Now I'm American, I don't give a damn. That was something that day. My experiences and everything else. But it's long gone, and I just forget about it. I forgot where it was at the time, you know. Then my daughter won my discharge. I lost it in my house. That's why, hell, that's a worry. I don't care. I was like, we're going to get it. So she called up like it was burned up in 1973. But then they got the word out. You guys found out about it, and you're down here now. But they said they didn't get it for me. Yeah. But just the one battle star was the Battle of Rhine. That was it. Nothing before that. But that was a mess anyhow, God. Because, you know, they don't want you to go across the Rhine to Germany. That's Germany. Yeah. And they had that big bridge here. They was trying to bomb the hell out of it, you know. But that's the main thing, get them bridges out of there. On that pontoon, I'm like that there. I'm like you crying. Hey, yeah, all the way to, you son of a bitch!
You made it. Well, we thank you.
Yeah.
Opportunity to talk to you and everything.
Well.
So, I'm going to end this.